What's up guys, Mega Bleeder here with another episode of Mechanical Mastery Plus. Today I'd like to break into mechanism. I'd also like to get our cinder flower better automated for glowstone and ender pearls, and then hopefully by the end of the episode we can get our effigies automated. Let's get started. First thing we're going to do is make our first steel casing. So with this we're going to get started into mechanism. We can get the steel casings from our tier 3, but the first thing that we're going to need to do is make the tier 3 permit. Or not the first thing, but before we can buy them, we're going to need the tier 3 permit. So what it looks like is like this. And then we just need to throw a regular mechanical essence in there. Nice. So that's going to get compacted down. That gets us our first steel casing. There we go. Alright, and the quest gives us 2 more. Sweet. So we're going to get the metallurgic infuser now. So this guy, let's start off with 2. This will be just a temporary spot for these. I know that I'm also going to need an enrichment chamber. So let's see. I know we're going to need redstone. I know we're going to need iron or osmium, and then also iron. Here we're looking to make these basic control circuits, which need a little bit of iron and osmium. It takes 20 millibuckets to make one, but what we need is the enrichment chamber. The enrichment chamber requires 2 basic control circuits, so we're going to need 2 of these. So we're going to need 40. With this, we'll be able to upgrade our redstone, or we'll be able to process our redstone again into this enriched redstone. Not that we necessarily need to be the most efficient with it. We've got a lot of money. You can see we've got $214 million. I did actually, to note on that, while I was rendering and editing the last episode, I had gotten into the game to get a screenshot and forgot to turn it off. So we've got some resources built up here. Our mob farm sat and ran for a while. You can see our money up there in the top left corner over here. Also got pretty built up. The enrichment chamber. We'll just throw some iron in there, let it go. Let's see. Got a basic control circuit, and that's one of the needed items to be able to craft our improved mechanical essence, which is also what we need to create the tier 3 permit. So we've got that. So this processes, and we can see this is empty. 1 redstone was giving us 10 millibuckets. One of these gives us 80. And it only takes 1 redstone to craft this. So it's a big save on resources. Let's go back. We were getting some quests there. I didn't see what it was though. Next thing that we're going to need is the mob slaughter factory and some pink slime. Okay, this glass is slightly better. Now we're going to need power way over here. First off, let's make sure we have enough power. Ooh, it looks like we are actually not creating enough power. Is that because this is running? No, this is only using 20 RF per tick. Okay, so for the energy over there, what I did was I put an energy interface on this energy battery. That runs over to here. That is connected to the system with one of our monodirectional connections, which comes all the way over here. That connects here to our mob farm barrel, and now to this to give energy. And all I need to do now is put a variable card in here that says, yes, export energy. Nice. And what we can do from there is use some of the chicken feed from mob grinding utilities. We'll use that chicken feed on a chicken to get us a golden egg, which now will spawn these creatures. Now, one issue with this is that the grass here will spawn this grass, which will actually stop mob farms. So what I'm going to do, how we should be able to easily kind of solve that, is with vector plates. And I believe there won't be any issues with the vector plate affecting any spawning. There we go. And this one I'll rotate that way. Okay. So now what we have here is our mob slaughter factory getting pink slime and liquid meat. That is going to be useful in the near future. So we got ourselves set up with that. The next thing that we're going to do is process some things that I made between the episodes. We've got our effigies, so we use the dormant effigy, and then we have to use the fluid encapsulator and fill it with destabilized redstone, energized glowstone, lava, or resonant ender. Those items are here, so we have to make these. We've got lava somewhat automated. The lumium, enderium, and signalum are what get melted down to fill these up. But what we're going to do now is leave those alone. We're actually going to put them in our pulverizer and let them get processed. These are drops that we need. Hopefully we have a little bit better return. And we did not. We got lucky with the basalt shard, but we did not with the others. So what we're looking to do here is buy our tier 4 permit. This is going to let us unlock some more resources. It comes down here to emerald and goes all the way to a cow spawn egg. So we'll get cows, slimes, chickens, rabbit, piglin, villager, also dielectric paste, uraninite, the steel casing. We get to buy steel ingots. This would be really helpful. Fluorite, uranium, chorus flower. Emeralds are going to be a big one. Emeralds are going to let us upgrade our jetpack and do a lot of stuff. But now we got these resources. So what we need to do is the ice charge, the earth charge, fire charge, lightning charge. With these, we're going to have to pulverize or squeeze. Looks like we're going to have to use the pulverizer because we can't make the squeezer yet. So let's make our ice charges, our earth charges, fire charges, and then lastly, lightning charges. 2 more osmium in there. And that is everything that we need to be able to make our improved mechanical essence. We just need a blaze burner, which needs a piece of netherrack, which we have over here. The blaze burner. So if we craft this guy and this guy, that makes that. And then we have a gear here we can use. So we'll put that guy down. We're just going to break this for now. Blaze burner, and we need a basin. Place that there, and then we just drop all 3 of these things in. We'll click that guy on there. Now it's going to mix it. Yeah, getting us our improved mechanical essence. Okay. So we kind of skipped a lot of this. We are going to go back and go through this. For this, it's wanting a pink slime bucket. We might have enough pink slime by now. There we go. Is this spawning over here, or are these vector plates actually a problem? These vector plates might be a problem. Okay, but going back to this, the advanced machine frame, dissolution chamber. Cool. But now that we have this, we can make our tier 3 trade permit. Then we can put that in there, and now we have emeralds. Let's get some emeralds. Also, we can make our squeezer, and we can actually take this guy with an energy cable, and we'll pop our emeralds right in there. Sweet. We'll use this. I think I might swap this out. Between the episodes, I did set up some automation down here for bones, for diamonds, redstone, and for lapis. But this will be a much more compact setup. I do want to upgrade our jetpack. Pretty much immediately. So, jetpack. And there we go. So that's going to charge up. I'm going to throw it in here so it doesn't completely drain my flux capacitor, but look, it started to already. And there we go. So that's charged up. And now check this out. Now we don't slowly drop down into the void. It does use up a little bit more energy, but that's okay. We're going to have to upgrade our energy soon enough. So what do we got now? What do we have now? Pink slime bucket. We're going to need the dissolution chamber. For that, we're going to need a pity machine frame, another bucket, a diamond gear, which is easy, and there's our dissolution chamber. For that, we're going to need the advanced machine frame, which takes a simple machine frame. I set our dissolution chamber down here. The next thing that I believe we're working towards is the material stonework factory. So for this guy, we're going to need the advanced machine frame. And then for the advanced machine frame, we're going to need a simple machine frame. For the simple machine frame, we need 2 pity machine frames. We also need, it'll be a total of, actually not 2 because we're making 4. Total of 8 plastic, 8 iron, 4 gears, 8 iron, and nether brick. Get that cooked up. Oh, I had some cooking in here. 8 of these. So 1, 2, 3, and we'll say lock it to that. I'm gonna grab a barrel. And it's gonna craft those. And then we can use those. Do we want anything from here? These are generators, marine fisher, maybe the hydroponic bed in the future, but I don't think so. Laser drills. I think we could just use this to upgrade here. And then from that, we'll be able to get the mob crusher, material stonework factory, the laser ore base. So we've got 2 of those. Let's gather the resources we're going to need to upgrade this. There we go. Advanced machine frame. And gives us another bucket of pink slime. Okay, the material stonework factory. We should be able to make that. We just need a pink slime. Okay, so that's done. We can just pop that in there. That will get us our slime balls. There we go. I'll just pop that in there. Yeah, so that'll process. And material stonework factory. So let's see. So this will be probably the way that we get like obsidian. Or maybe not obsidian. Netherrack's not too bad. Actually, I'm not sure that we necessarily need any of this. Maybe andesite, but I'm not certain. What I'll probably actually end up doing is replacing a lot of this with that material stonework factory, because what we can do is set this to make cobblestone, and we can set it to like crush it down into gravel and crush it down into sand and then cook it into glass and do things like that. Now the crusher, takes 2 basic control circuits and 2 buckets of lava. And bam. So the nice thing about this crusher, when it comes to making the cinder flour, is in the wheel, it's only a 50% chance. In the crushing wheel, it's only a 50% chance to get a second one. In the crusher, it is a 100% chance to get a second one. So what I'll actually end up doing is replacing this system with a crusher. And actually a couple of crushers, because the cinder flour can be used to make glowstone and ender pearls and blaze cakes. So there will be 3 different automations over here utilizing that cinder flower. So the blast chiller is tricky because I'm not certain how to get ice. And that's made with an ice charge. And then this ice we can wash to make packed ice. Blast chiller get. So this guy, just throwing down a bunch of temporary machines here. If I throw my glass in there, that'll work. That'll just get rid of that glass. I suppose we need to look at being able to effectively automate these, but I think one problem that we're going to have with that is power. I did upgrade these with the speed augment. We are keeping up on our coal, so that's not a big deal. But what I want to do for these is completely automate, kind of from scratch, the resources needed to get them. So the signalum, the enderium, and the lumium, these all need resources that I want to process fresh over here. So I'm going to gather up some resources. I'm going to do a little bit of work tearing this down and moving some things around and figuring out exactly what I want the system to look like, and I'll come back. Okay guys, so I've been hard at it. I did go ahead and get this room all fixed up. I set up the mechanical crafters, so instead of routing a bunch of mechanical stuff like this, I went ahead and made these electric motors. These are nice because you can change the speed on them kind of manually here. I'm just exporting power into them. So this setup here is basically what we had during the last clip. I did uninstall the crushing wheels and replace them with a crusher. I did upgrade these with speed and energy upgrades. Those were simple. These infused alloys we can buy from the shop, so that was easy. I upgraded it so now the crusher is crushing the netherrack into 2 cinder flower, and it's sending it here into this cinder flower drawer. Then it gets pushed to here, gets mixed back into netherrack using the cobblestone and lava and cinder flower. Then it gets pulled out here and sent back into the crusher. I basically repeated that system here. So here the crusher is getting netherrack from here. It's getting piped in, and then it gets piped out. It gets sent to the nearest inventory, which is this drawer first. So it's a constant loop here. And then the extras get sent into this emerald furnace, which I built using our upgraded emeralds that we just unlocked. I put a factory and a blasting upgrade in here, and now the cinder flower just turns into glowstone. So now we've got a bunch of glowstone from there. I did the same thing over here. So netherrack goes in, gets crushed up, pushed out to here, but now it gets sent over here to this depot where it's being bulk haunted with a soul campfire, and then that gets pumped into here. So now we've got ender pearls. And then the same thing here, but it's a little bit of a chunkier system. So it gets distributed out from there into the drawer so it can get remade. Then the extra gets sent into here with sugar and eggs. That then gets pressed with this press here and turned into the blaze cake base. That gets pushed over here into this depot, gets filled with lava, and then gets pulled out into this drawer. So now we have blaze cakes. And the blaze cakes we can use to superheat our blaze burners here. We don't necessarily need this right now, but there are recipes in the future that will need the superheated blaze burners. Also, you can see that I upgraded our diamond furnaces to emerald furnaces so they can create even more power. And I believe we're in a surplus of power. That's what it looks like. Yes, so we are making more power than we are using. I did not get a chance to automate these effigies, as you can see, but what I am thinking is this crafter system here, I'm going to tear down like so. And then what I'm thinking is I will actually expand this building out into this chunk here and this chunk over here. I'll probably make it a really large building. I'll have to move this, but that's no big deal. When I expand this out, I think I'll probably put this in the basement underneath here. So that'll be the plan with that. And then when I do that, I'll be able to automate our effigies. For those, we're going to need bone blocks and the skeleton skulls. So I'm going to have to use the squeezer with some charcoal. I'll probably remake a system for the basic mechanical essence. That way there is a dedicated system to be able to making these effigies. The bone blocks, and then these, they'll get used with a fluid encapsulator and a magma crucible with these items here. And what I'll have to automate these to the resonant ender, the destabilized redstone, and the energized glowstone. Those are the melted down versions of these. So I think that's what we will end up doing next episode. And then once we have these automated, we'll be able to automate the drops. Once the effigy is automated, we can crush those and then crush those. And then those will be used to make the charges, which will then be used to make our next improved mechanical essence, which we will have to use an osmium compressor to make the improved mechanical crystal, so we can sell those for a good chunk more than what we're selling the blue. The blue sells for 24,000, the yellow sells for 150,000. So that'll be our kind of next step that we're working towards, is automating the yellow so that we can then sell it. Alright, so that is going to be that for this episode. I want to thank you guys for stopping in, and remember, please like, subscribe, and any comments of stuff that you might want to see or things that I may have possibly done wrong are much appreciated. Thanks so much.